In this lesson, we're going to talk about sitemaps. So what are sitemaps, all right? So when we're designing any complex product, a website, a video game, a web or an application for a phone, one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to actually lay out the hierarchical menu system. Basically, how do all the pages, what are all the pages, and how do they all interlink? What's the relationship between them, right? So if we were doing a video game, for example, we would start out with the loading screen, right? So we would have loading, okay? All right. And then that loading screen would drop us onto the title screen. Okay. And then titles would give us a few options, right? The title screen would give us a few options, right? We can, likely play, right? Or start game, that kind of thing. We could set up options, right? And then maybe there's a load saved game. And then maybe, if we're being nice, there'll be a credits. Okay. Okay. So you start seeing that there's a hierarchy to this, right? And let's just use the options. If we're going to break, you click on options, you're going to have a few things. You're going to be able to select and do stuff with audio, let's say video, maybe controls, right? And then so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm not going to continue moving this down, but this is what you're going to be working on in your next exercise. So I'm not going to go any further as far as laying it out. Now, a couple things I do want to mention. One, notice that I haven't put any arrows, right? We could put some arrows. Like we know that loading is definitely going to drop us in a title. Okay. However, because it's a single relationship like this, it's likely only going to be that way. So we don't need the arrow here. The tendency is anything moving down doesn't need an arrow because it's pretty obvious. And you can go back up, it's pretty obvious. So basically, you can move down, you can move up. Now, if you add an arrow, it likely means that you can't go back the other direction. Okay, so let me say that again. The arrow represents movement in only one direction. Without the arrow, you can move in both directions. Okay, so play would probably have an arrow. Okay. All right, thank you.